Good evening, everybody, and welcome to day 3 of my 12 days of Christmas giveaways. I'm very excited to share with you tonight. I am giving you all a free copy of an exclusive piece of some interactive notebooks. And so this is the cover of tonight's giveaway that I'm going to give you a link to in just a minute. So hang tight with me for a minute and I will give you a link to get this giveaway, and everybody's going to win, and that's what's super awesome about these giveaways. So feel free to say hello to me. I see, hey Deanna, you're saying hi, let me know where you're from, and say hello. I'd love to hear from you. But tonight I thought it would be really cool, before I give you the link to the freebie, to walk you through how I use interactive notebooks in the classroom and how I use them in reading specifically. So I wanted to share some tips with you tonight. I do things very differently with interactive notebooks that might be something you've never heard of before. So I'm really excited to share with you the way that I use interactive notebooks and what I see interactive actually meaning in the classroom. So I'll give you this link in just a minute, but we're going to get this. You're going to get 3 interactive notebook pages, or 3 interactive notebook lessons complete with teacher lessons and whole group work and student pages. So I'm going to give those to you in just a minute, but let me share with you just a little bit about how I use interactive notebooks first. So the first thing I did when I thought of the word interactive, when interactive notebooks became really popular to me back in like 2012, I thought of, what does interactive mean? So I looked up the word in Merriam-Webster's dictionary, and there were 2 definitions for the word interactive. The first definition was mutually or reciprocally active. I thought, okay, that's interesting. So then I looked at the second definition, and the second definition said involving actions or input of a user. So I thought, well, that I can apply that to being in my interactive notebooks. And I wanted my kids to be interactive at a high level of thinking. So I decided that instead of making my interactive notebooks really like cut, paste, glue, especially since I work with older kids a lot of the times, like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th graders, I wanted them to be interactive. I wanted to have interaction, but I didn't want it to be all about like cutting and pasting and gluing. I wanted the interaction to be about thinking. So I decided my notebooks were going to be an interaction between the readers and the textbooks, not an interaction between the readers and a scissors and a glue stick necessarily, but an interaction between the readers and the books that they're reading. So when I went with that theory and that mindset, I developed my interactive notebooks. So I'm going to share with you what you're going to get tonight, which is really exciting, and I'm going to walk you through how I use them in the classroom, because I get asked all the time, how do you teach this? How do you do that? So let me show you. So this is the first page. Now my interactive notebooks go along with the Common Core standards, but if you don't use the Common Core standards, you can still use the resources that I'm giving you tonight, because the best part is they're best practice teaching skills that all the students need in the classroom. So here's the first page. This is a teacher's page. This is all for the teacher that you're going to get for free in just a minute. I'm going to give you a link to, which is awesome. But this goes along with the reading informational standard for 4th grade. And basically you get the standard at the top. You can use it or not. And then you have the mini lesson statement. So you're going to have this mini lesson statement in your whole group lesson. So you'll read this mini lesson statement to your class, and then there's a bunch of directions on how you can help your class with the mini lesson, the whole group mini lesson. And then there's notes for you to take notes and write some observations down that you notice your class is understanding during the mini lesson, or maybe need some more reteaching during a different time. So you're going to get this mini lesson for your interactive notebook. So that's the first step in how I use interactive notebooks. I have a mini lesson, so we do whole group, because I'm a really big believer in not having the kids do something without me teaching them first. I teach with intention, and then I have them try it out on their own. So we do the mini lesson together, and what's really cool that I'm going to give you in just a minute, sorry, my computer froze, what I'm going to give you in just a minute is this page 2, which goes along with the whole group. So you can have the kids put these on clipboards, or they can cut them out right here and put them right in their notebooks right away, so that they have this that you're going to do as a whole class together. So you're scaffolding their learning here. So the kids are going to try this out. The mini lesson here just happens to be about asking and answering questions as you read. So you're going to have the kids ask questions of one of the mentor texts you read together, and you're going to answer them together as a class. Then what's really cool down here is they are going to make a plan for themselves for independent time. So they are going to actually plan out what they're going to be doing during independent time. And you can take a status of the class and you can say, okay, before we go back to work, everybody tell me what you're going to do. And they'll have their plan written out. So when they go back to their desk, they are all set to get started on reading and responding to their reading. So this is going to be a freebie that you're going to get. So that's the second part. So the first part is the lesson that you'll get. And then that's the whole group that you're going to work on together, and they can glue this into their notebook. I have a notebook. No, this is going to be backwards. I have a notebook that I have that has a completed copy of it, and you can see where I have all the standards tabs here, and the kids can put the whole group lesson right into their notebook, so they have all their learning all year long. Isn't that amazing? I love it. I love doing that. And so this is just an example of that. It's a bad picture, but you know, that's an example of it glued into their notebooks for this standard. So then after they do that step, then they're going to go back to their desks. And what's great about this is you taught this whole group lesson that your grade level needs, everybody needs at that grade level. You've scaffolded their learning by trying it out with mentor text. Now they're going to go back to their desk and they're going to try the standard, the skill, asking and answering questions with their own books at their own instructional levels or independent levels. So you're differentiating while still teaching specific skills that your whole class needs. So they can use this graphic organizer that I'm giving you as well, and they can cut this out to fit their notebook and put this into their notebook and ask and answer questions as they're reading independently during their independent time. So you've got 3 pieces to the interactive notebook. The first part is the teacher's page that you're getting all your lessons on. And then you have the page where you scaffold the learning with the whole class. And then they do their work independently in their notebooks like this. So I'm going to give you all of these pages tonight. They're normally paid in my store, but I'm giving you all these as an exclusive for hanging out with me. And I'm not only going to give you just one because it's the 3rd day, right? So that is one whole lesson right there. I'm going to actually give you 3 lessons. So that's really exciting. So this is the second lesson. And again, it looks exactly the same. You'll get the teacher's mini lesson statement, directions, and a space for you to write your observations as you do the lesson with the class. And then the students will get their page as well, and so that they can work on this during the whole group mini lesson. So it's really, really laid out for you, and they can make their plan of what they're going to do during their independent time. And then there's another graphic organizer that goes along with answering questions again. So for every standard, there's 3 or 4 different mini lessons for every standard. So you can actually cover all of your reading informational and reading literature standards that you need. But I'm giving you 3 of these tonight. So this is the 3rd one right here. And this one is all about, let's see, readers identify parts of the text that give clues to the author's point of view so that they can identify how the author feels about the topic. And again, that was the teacher's page. Here's the group work that you're going to do as a whole class. And here's the graphic organizer for this last one that you're going to get for free tonight. So that is the 3 interactive notebook lessons that you're going to get tonight for free, just for hanging out with me. And I'm going to give you a link to those in just a second. And I'm pulling that up on my computer right now. But I wanted to just talk to you just about interactive notebooks and how mine are very different, because when you think of interactive notebook, a lot of times we think of cutting, pasting, gluing, folding, having lots of foldables. But I created mine where the interaction was between the textbook and the students, not so much the students and a scissors and glue stick. So I wanted it to be really high level thinking, and I didn't want to just give them worksheets, and I didn't want to just give them an assignment without me showing them how to do that first. So that's why I have the whole group lesson. And that also I recommend doing a share at the end of your group, because if you do a share at the end of your workshop, then you can hold the kids accountable and you can see what they were actually doing in the class, and you can use it as a really good informal observation right there too. So let me get you the link. It's coming up in the comments right now. And in just a second, I will edit the post and put the link in after I'm done being live here. I'll put the link in the main comment section too. But here comes, I'm commenting on my own post here, so it's kind of weird. All right, there it goes. You should be seeing the link pop up right now. Now, if you're on your iPad or you're on your computer or on your phone, I'm sorry, it might take a minute for you to get to it. And don't feel freaked out if you can't get to it right away. Basically, what it's going to do, it's going to take you to my blog. And on my blog, you'll see this picture. And you just click on this picture and it'll take you to a Google Drive. that will give you all of the pages I just showed you for free. So it's not on TPT, it's an exclusive freebie, so you'll get it through the Google Drive. Now, because there's lots of us going to the Google Drive right now, it might be a little slow and you might just have to try a couple times or wait a few minutes and try back, and you'll get through no problem. So that is the interactive notebooks, how I do interactive notebooks in my classrooms, and my kind of take and philosophy on teaching using the interactive notebook strategy. If you want to check out my other interactive notebooks, I have them available for grades 2 through 5. And let me pop up a link because they're on sale right now, 20% off for until 11 p.m. tonight. And that is for all of the standards. So what I like to do, I teach with units of study, but what I like to do is in between my units of study for reading and writing, I like to take a week off and just focus on one Common Core standard, one skill, because I have 3 or 4 lessons for every skill. So I like to take a week off and actually just focus on one skill using interactive notebooks and getting really intense with just that one skill. And that really has been beneficial to my students in the past to really target in on one skill. Then we go back to a new unit of study. So I kind of break up my year by having it done that way. And I ensure that I'm covering all of my standards that I need to cover. And what I love about it is it's whole group instruction, yet it's differentiated within the independent work time. So they can practice those skills that the whole class needs to know, regardless of their reading level, at their own instructional levels or independent levels during their time. And you can use these during guided reading too. You can pull a group if you know they're going to struggle, pull a group with their notebooks, use these pages during guided reading with a guided reading book that you work on together is another great strategy to do as well. So that is all I have for you tonight about interactive notebooks. I hope you enjoyed my little spiel and that maybe I gave you a new way or new perspective at looking at what interactive means and how we can use interactive notebooks in our classrooms. And tomorrow I'm going to be live again giving another giveaway away. So it keeps getting bigger. We're on day 4 tomorrow, so I'm going to be giving away 4 pieces in a giveaway of all about my units of study. And tomorrow my units of study will be on sale. So I'm going to talk through my reading and writing units of study, how I teach reading and writing workshops, real quick overview of that, and give you some exclusive freebies and giveaways just for joining me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. If you wanted to catch any of my other giveaways that I've done in the last few days, you can scroll through my Facebook page and you can see the other giveaways, and you'll have the links that'll take you through my blog to those giveaways too. So you can actually still get those if you didn't see them live. That's still okay. So hopefully you all have a wonderful December and your kids are not driving you too crazy yet in the classroom. And I hope you join me back tomorrow night for the Units of Study talk, where I'll be sharing a little bit of information on how I use units of study and how I framework my workshops, and giving you some more giveaways. So thanks everybody for joining me tonight, and you all have a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow night. Okay everybody, bye.